Shocking number for you.
Okay.
5 billion. That's how many cell phone locations the NSA collects every day overseas. Now, that would include data from U.S. citizens. Is it entirely legal? The answer may surprise you. All rise. The judge is next.
By the way, I got to say this. Cleve, who grew up on the east side, back in town taking care of his mother with cancer, stopped me on the street yesterday, and he said the same thing the last guest says. He loves you, he loves the show, and I have to give him a shout out.
I have to give full disclosure.
And he loves the judge, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who is this person?
Cleve. One of our viewers, one of our loyal viewers.
All the best, Cleve.
I've got a disclosure to give. I own dry ship stock.
Really?
Yes, sir, I do. I bought it at 40.
Where is it today?
3.
Well, he's young.
Is that why you were so miserable this morning?
Why people look at me on a stock market kind of show, I just can't imagine. Thank God. Thank heavens for Charles Payne.
I do not own it.
You don't?
No. Although now would be the time to buy.
Now's the time to buy.
It's only down 99%.
Let's get that thing up,
How
Charles.
much do you want for your shares? I'll offer you $2.50 a share.
Forget it. I got to read a story here. It's for you.
Right, okay.
The Washington Post reports that the NSA tracking cell phone locations worldwide, nearly 5 billion records of locations a day. Not the conversations, but the locations. Is that legal? Judge Napolitano, the aforementioned, is here. So, I don't see anything wrong with my government tracking where foreigners are with their cell phones.
Well, the tracking is not limited to foreigners. Now, here's the way it works. These devices that we all carry, Blackberries, iPhones, whatever, Samsung, Androids, whatever they are, have batteries in them, and they have GPSs in them, and they connect to the closest transmission tower to which which they're in the area of. And that transmission tower is tapped into by the NSA, and they know every phone in the area. And then as you move, it goes to the next transmission tower. Each one of those moves is considered an additional tap. So when we say they're tapping 5 billion, it's not 5 billion cell phones, it's 5 billion times on a few hundred million cell phones. Well, whose cell phones are these? That's the issue, Stuart. The NSA does not discriminate. If they're looking for a person in, let's say, Great Britain, they will tap the movement of all cell phones in Great Britain. Innocent and not innocent. American and not American. Because they're too lazy to distinguish.
No,
they're too unconcerned with the law to follow it.
No, you've got to do a mass investigation so that you can link people up. So
Sounds just like George III. Sounds just like George III with the Stamp Act and the Writs of Assistance Act, which let British soldiers go anywhere they wanted, looking for anything they wanted to find amongst the colonists, and the Fourth Amendment was written to prevent that.
How, if we don't track them, how do we know where to drone them? I mean, how are we supposed to kill them? I don't
think we've used drones in England yet, and I'm using England as an example since it is the most civilized of all of our allies.
Wait a second, Judge. If they were planning to send planes into our tall buildings in America, I don't care where they're from, I don't care who they are, drone them and kill them.
You have taken this into fantasy land, because this is not what the NSA does. The NSA doesn't drone, and the NSA doesn't kill.
But they pass the information along.
Yes, the NSA spies. And if the NSA is going to argue, in order to catch one person in England, they have to spy on everybody there, the Constitution is going to say you can't do that. And the British people, I dare say, who usually love authority, will resist it because it's coming from another country.
If it's always so illegal and so unconstitutional, why isn't anything ever done about it? I mean, this is going on a mass scale for years under the Obama administration. Nothing happens. You say it's unconstitutional.
It's illegal for the president to bomb Libya and kill Gaddafi. Nobody did anything to stop him. Nobody in Congress stopped him. Nobody brought a lawsuit to stop him.
Under what circumstances would it be legal? You declare war?
Yes, the Congress declared war.
You can't do anything unless you have a formal declaration of war. That's it.
No,
Nothing.
We're talking about killing. Yes. You're talking about spying. No, spying. You need a search warrant. Killing, you need a declaration of war. The NSA doesn't kill, but the NSA spies without lawful search warrants. It gets general warrants. A general warrant, like the British soldiers had, basically said the bearer may go where he wishes for whatever he wants. The Fourth Amendment requires that every warrant, quote, specifically describe the person to be seized and the place to be searched. These general warrants have no specificity whatsoever. They're unconstitutional.
But that's not the view of the administration.
Even for, as you call them, foreigners.
But you agree that there is debate on the issue if a general search warrant is constitutional or not. It's not cut and dried. You're not automatically right because you say it.
It is not I who is saying it. It is the Constitution who is saying it.
It is it is your interpretation of the Constitution.
It is the plain meaning of the words of the Fourth Amendment, Mr. Varney.
Mr. Varney, I must have struck a nerve.
Whenever he gets that Charles Lawton kind of thing.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Did you know?
She made me deaf, you know.
Did you know that Charles Lawton played the role of Henry VIII?
Yes.
One of your favourites, I believe.
Yes. He also played the role of Sir Wilfrid Robards in Witness for the Prosecution. Greatest cross-examination scene ever put on film.
Yeah. As a pre-Vatican II Catholic, I'm sure you would not approve of Henry, would you?
You have read something recently, haven't you?
Could be your editorial.
I'm in trouble with the Pope today.
We're running way beyond. We're totally run out of time.
I'm sorry.
Thanks to you, we'll have less time with the Golconda. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, put the camera on me. We have a 52.5-carat Golconda diamond ring live here on the set. I'm going to tell you all about Golcondas in a moment.